Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the crochet stripe scarf, and this is using Caron and Pantone yarn. Now we're going to be mixing up our braids in order to create the colors, and let's talk a little bit about that. Let's show you the braids and then I'll tell you about these color combos down here. So here's an example of the packaging, and you can see the Pantone number here, and those Pantone numbers match the chart as well. And when you flip it over, you can see what this color looks like in a particular project, just like you see. So what you have to do is that you need a total of 3 braids. Now what I would do is just undo these braids. We have a separate tutorial for that, and there's a total of 3 of them, and then just put them aside and keep this card handy for you in order to keep it all kind of matching up. But let's talk about these color versions that you have, version 1 and 2. Now what we have is version 1 and 2, and you can see that there's a striping effect going on. So the one part of the stripe in the very beginning is this color and this. Then you switch off to this color and this color as being your next, and then so on and so on. So it looks like it's being able to join and being able to do a really great option by doing this. So obviously the other color option, just like you see here, you can see it like this. So the fact is that you can actually make it any color that you wish, as long as all your yarn works out as far as like the number of rows when you're going to do this, and then you're just gonna put some fringe at the very end. But let's talk about something else that you can do. The beautiful thing about Caron and Pantone is the ability for you to be able to change your colors. Now did you notice here that you have this color and this color, and then it goes on, and then it stops, and then it does a new color and a new color for a section, and then it continues. What I would do if I were you, and something I would think about, see this one color here? What I would consider is that maybe instead of having them both change at the exact same time when you're going to do this, maybe stagger just one of the colors. So you can see that there's 4 rows of this green, just like you see. What I would do is consider thinking about only doing 2 rows of green and then starting your 4 rows. And what happens is that it will shift, and these colors will start intermixing with each other a little bit more, so that you can get this red actually to sink down in, and therefore it's not such an abrupt change. Again, that's completely your ideas that you would like to do. Let me show you the sample. So here's an example, and I actually did a few more rows than I was supposed to do, but I was doing it on an airplane, and I thought it was kind of fun too, and it was really quite easy. So what you're noticing here is that the yarn is carrying up on the one side, and if you look really carefully at the model's photos, you'll also see that. So there's not just cut yarn all the time, and then you'll have to continue to cut and weave in ends. So you only have to do it when it transitions to a new color. But you notice that I'm saying is that these 2 colors and these 2 was a completely different paint. But what if you just changed it so that one of these colors starts a little bit earlier, so that you get more of a transitioning effect when you go to do that? I think that's kind of a neat idea, and again, because Caron and Pantone is very designer oriented, you can actually have a lot of fun with the colors. Very easy pattern. Let's begin to start now. So let's start. You're just gonna choose your one color that you would like to do. If you'd like to match the pattern, great, and if you'd like to do your own thing, that's okay too. So we're going to start off with the slip knot to begin, and a 6mm size J crochet hook in order to play. So then what you're going to do is chain 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go all the way to 21 with me, and then see me back here in just a moment. So now that I have my 21 on here, I want to go 4th chain from the hook. So count it back. So 1, 2, 3. Get the back loop of the chain, and I want you to wrap the hook and just do a double crochet into that one. Now just moving down, I want you to go to the next chain, the back hump only, and just double crochet, and do that all the way down for row number 1. So please do that, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm coming near to the end, and there's a repeat of 2 rows that do this whole thing. So each one of the stripes is made up of 2 rows as you go. So now we're just gonna continue and turn our work and finish up. So we're gonna end up back on the other side, and that's when we're gonna change our colors to the striping and carry it up on this side. So let's continue now. We're gonna chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch in the very first stitch. So slip it first, so through and through, and then the next one here then has a double crochet. And that's gonna be the repeat pattern going all the way through. So one row you're just gonna do double crochet, and the other row you're going to do this. So then slip stitch the next one, and then double crochet the next one after that, and you're just gonna do that all the way across. So this is what's providing the texture that you see within the afghan, or within the scarf, and it's actually pretty neat. So just go all the way down. So it's double crochet and slip stitching all the way to the end. So I'm getting close to the end. I can see I just slip stitched here. I'm going to do a double crochet, and don't forget the turning chain is also a stitch. So it's right here and you're going to slip. Now go in, but don't finish that stitch. You're on your way back, so then you're gonna switch. So switch to your next yarn that you're gonna have available to you, and you're gonna be carrying this yarn up then. So just leave a little bit of a longer tail, and then you can just bury that in as you go. So when you go to finish the slip stitch, put this one onto the hook first, and then just pull through everything, and you're good to go. I want you to let the orange one just dangle out of the way, and you'll be getting that when you come back to the spot later. So just get that straggler of the purple up and out of the way. So what we're going to do then is the next row, remember as I said, it's gonna be a double crochet row, and the other one is the slip stitching double crochet. So we're gonna chain a 3, which counts as a double crochet, and in the next stitch available to you, just lay down that straggler just to get it in there. I want you to double crochet. So I'm just gonna continue to move down the row, and just every stitch is going to get a double crochet, noticing that I'm burying over top of the loose end there, so that I can just hide that without having to worry about sewing that in later. So just double crochet all the way down. I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I'm coming up close to the end of the row. Don't forget to go into that first stitch that you have. Don't end too early, and then you won't end up with a triangle. And then that's it. So you're just gonna turn your work, and you're gonna work your way back to where this orange is being left off, because you're gonna switch it when you get back there. So to get back there, you're gonna chain 1 and then slip stitch in the first one, and then double crochet in the next, and you already know how to do that. So that's just all you need to do to worry about going back and forth. So in one direction you're just doing double crochets, in the other one you're doing the slip stitching and double crochets, which provides the texture on the other side of this. Please do that all the way down the road, and we'll meet back at the end and show you how to switch one more time. So as you get back down to the other side, you're just continuing to follow the pattern as you know it, and don't forget to use that turning chain as your final, as you're slip stitching. So just go right into the turning chain and slip stitch. Now you're not going to actually, when you go through, just go in and you're slip stitching, so you're pulling all the way through. So I want you to grab the orange and just finish that slip stitch through and through, and give it a little bit of slack so it doesn't force the project to condense in any way, so it keeps it nice and even. I want you to drop that purple now, and we're going to begin then. So you're gonna chain 3, and that counts as your first double crochet, and then you're just gonna double crochet yourself all the way back across. So that's all you just need to do, and then once you get your 4 rows repeat, so you're gonna see this orange 4 times, and then you're gonna see the purple 4 times, and then you're gonna switch out your colors if you wish in order to continue that with your braiding all the way down to create this really unique looking scarf, and it's really quite amazing. So I did mine on the plane, and honestly I just pounded like a few feet out while I was actually on the plane waiting, and even in the terminal. So it's a really great project for somebody on the go, and this is awesome. So get your braids unpacked and get them all ready, and then get going. So until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.